We are live here in South Texas for another edition of Texas League Baseball. And now the voice of the San Antonio Missions, the one and only Johnny Baker. Well, thank you, Bob. Like your little introduction there. And so far, welcome in everybody as we bring you another live edition on this Wednesday evening here in South Texas. It is the second game of our 6 games yet between the visiting Springfield Cardinals and your San Antonio Missions. Well, tonight is all about our servicemen and women as it is Military Appreciation Night here at the ballpark. So far, all that serve, we just say thank you for all what you do and every day serving, and those that sacrifice to pay for the ultimate freedoms that we have here today. We say thank you to our servicemen and women, those that continue to serve, those that proudly serve, and I'm just happy to call myself a proud supporter of our men and women that serve in our country. Well, anyway, we thank everybody, and so far tonight, this ball game goes to our military members, as if every Military Appreciation Night Wednesday in this season, as we'll have this one against Springfield, and the next one in Frisco, and then 2 Wednesdays from now, taking on Northwest Arkansas, and then the other Military Appreciation Night, which that is the 4th, close to the end of the season with the Midland Rockhounds, and then our last Military Appreciation Night in Amarillo as we wrap up this 2026 campaign here in the Texas League. Well, anyway, I did mention that last night in Northwest Arkansas, the Naturals have taken a 7-6 victory against the Wichita Wind Surge, and it was through 10 innings. Final score, Northwest Arkansas 7, Wichita 6. Well, anyway, for this new night of baseball, just happy to be with y'all here tonight. And so far, hope everybody is excited for this one. It was a pretty good ball game last night. Springfield takes the victory to the final score of 10-9. And so far tonight, a new night for us here as we get ready for a new game. And so far, this second one of 6 between these two teams. Well, anyway, we do have some early scores coming in. Midland leading it in the bottom half of the second against Frisco, 1-0. Tulsa in Corpus Christi to the bottom of the second inning. No score there in Bayfront Park. All-American Ballpark in North Little Rock, Arkansas, 1-0 against Amarillo. The Arkansas Travelers lead that ball game. Springfield and San Antonio fixing to get ready to go. Wichita and Northwest Arkansas set to go as well. Well, anyway, our Flying Chanclas return tomorrow night for Taco Bell Value Night here at the ballpark. So far, we have Flying Chanclas taking on the Springfield Cardinals for Thursday and Friday night games only. Saturday will be our home white uniforms, also Sunday as well. And then we are off to Frisco to take on the Rough Riders, and then back to take on Northwest Arkansas starting on Tuesday night, August 18th through the 23rd. Well, anyway, just moments away from first pitch, this has been our Missions pregame show. And so far, going to be a pretty interesting one here tonight as we bring it to you live from South Texas here in San Antonio. So anyway, we'll be right back with the first pitch, top of one for Springfield. And we will be right back here in this one. Well, I think it's time that we take you downstairs for tonight's live broadcast. We got partly cloudy skies, temperature at 99 degrees as we get ready for the evening and game 2 of Military Appreciation Night here in the ballpark. So far, military members get to come in for free and watch this one. Right-handed reliever Sean Boyle is on the mound for San Antonio. As you look to the scouting report, four-seam slider, changeup, and a cutter coming in. So far, just a partly cloudy evening getting set for this one. Left fielder Zach Levittson is on the mound for Springfield. And 3 magic words, let's play ball. The first pitch on its way inside for a strike, and it's 0-1. It's the game's first pitch at 7:06. We are not a minute too tardy, but most evidently we are coming at you live here from the Mission Stadium known as Nelson Wolf. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and that's a swing and a miss. Down goes Levinson for the out. And there is 1 away. And with that, let's give the Springfield starting lineups. Levinson, Ugueto, Baez will lead it. Page Ortiz, Petrutz will be the middle. Ragsdale, Rodriguez, and Richardson will round it out for the Springfield Cardinals here in this one. Miguel Ugueto coming in now, takes a strike inside. It's 0-1 to the right fielder. As he comes in, Boyle now to the first 4 pitches of tonight's starter. High in the air, up in right field, it goes out of play, foul, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. And that one high fly out of play. And that will go foul. 0-2 offering. Yanked foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Still hanging on is Miguel Ugueto. That one is high fly in the air to center fielder Kai Roberts. And he makes the play for out number 2.
Number 23.
Well, here is the shortstop, Jesus Baez. Third hole hitter for Springfield coming in. Wind up and the pitch. And that's going to get down for a line drive base hit. So the first hit for the Cardinals tonight comes in for Baez.
Number 11.
And that's going to bring in number 11, Trey Page. Don't forget Texas Barbecue right there at the third base area and also first base and behind home plate as well. Make sure you check those out. That one inside, it's 0-1. Boy, they do have some pretty good barbecue ribs. A brisket sandwich with potato salad and beans or whatever. And that's going to be right there to a line drive base hit up in center field. And that is 2 aboard. Second hit for Springfield.
Third baseman. Number 15.
Boy, they are really starting to come in with some hits. Daniel Ortiz coming in. That one is a cutter inside. He broke the plane. It's 0-1. Well, I tell you one thing, Johnny. He really looking in to get a hit and drive in some more runs. Well, no even runs have came in tonight, but evidently the hits have came in, so pretty good. 0-2 offering. Yanked foul, 0-2, still hanging on. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. That one yanked foul. Out of play. 0-2. Swing and a miss. They got him. So this half inning, they don't get anybody across the score. So no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and they leave 2 left. And we go to the bottom of the first. Mission's up next to bat. So we'll be right back here as we get set to go for the bottom of the first. It's no score through half an inning. Well, we're just about set to go for the bottom half of the first inning. Right now, the Mission's Baseball Network. Left-hander Alex Cornwell is on the mound for Springfield. As we look towards the scouting report, a 4-seam slider, changeup, and a sinker. Welcome you back to Texas League Baseball with your San Antonio Missions. KKYX, the home of country legends. And YouTube Live here in this one. Leading it off for the good guys, Francisco Acuna steps in, takes a strike, it's 0-1. So far, just a beautiful evening as we have some clouds and hot temperatures today. Here's the 0-1 offering, and that one's going to be right there to third. That is out number 1. So a first quick out to begin this half inning. Well, Acuna, Roberts, Murphy, Sanabria, Carpathios, Dungan, Mondu, Linares, and Verdugo rounded out for the San Antonio Missions. Well, Ethan Salas, again, not on the roster tonight, but I think, oh, we do have a note. Okay. Hey, Bob, can you pass me that note right there? Sure. Oh, okay, so Ethan Salas has been called up to AAA El Paso. Oh, wow, so that's at least 4 former Missions getting up to AAA baseball. Well, you had Marcos Castañon, Rosman Verdugo, Albert Fabian, and now Ethan Salas getting into the big boy territory. And here's the pitch right there, now to play. It's the count now 2-2. No, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. That one is yanked high in the air. Center field, chasing it straight to the edge right there. And that is out number 2. Well, the left fielder, Kai Murphy. But for Ethan Salas, we wish you the best of luck on your future endeavors. And so far, good luck in AAA. And if you see your friends there in the San Diego Padres, well, just give them a hello for us. No balls and 1 strike. That one high fly in the air, up to left field. And that is caught for the out. So that is 1 down. Oh, actually, 3 down. I'm pulling your leg right there. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for the Missions. And we go now to the 2nd inning. It's no score, 3-1. So top of the 2nd inning with Springfield, Ian Petrutz coming in as we will lead it off for the 2nd inning. Coming up in just a few moments. About set to go for the top half of the second inning for Springfield right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you there, Bobby. Well, go ahead and jump in. Thank you there, Johnny. Ian Petrudge coming in now as 6-7-8 due up against Sean Boyle. Taking in a strike. It's 0-1. Scoreless first inning here in the game. Yeah, it sure was. Right there in the end for a cold strike. It's 0-2. Boy, Springfield winning last night 10-9 in extra innings through 11. And right there, swing and a miss. And that is one down. Third strikeout for the starter, Sean Boyle. And boy, really getting something going for the Missions. He better keep up the great job right there. Yeah, for sure. A starting pitcher is a good pitcher. There's no such thing as a bad pitcher unless if it is a bad pitcher. If he's not having a good day or a good night, then all well, better luck next go round. Yeah, you're not wrong about that there, Johnny. Center fielder is Josiah Ragsdale as he comes in. No score through this half inning, and that's going to be right there up to Verdugo, right to Sanabria, and that is out number 2.
Number 31.
Man, could this be another 1-2-3 inning for Springfield? Well, I highly doubt it there, Bobby. Rainier Rodriguez, the catcher, coming in. Got to give also our proud sponsors, West Creek Trail Rides, and also many other sponsors as well coming into this ball game. That is for sure. That one right there in the end for a cold strike. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. And that one's going to be right there, high in the air. And out of play, foul. It's 0-2. Hi, Murphy in left field tries to go over and look at it, but that one for sure gets away from him. 0-2. Here's the pitch. And that one is pelted high in the air. And boy, that is off the wall. And so far, that's going to get a runner right to third. And that's a 2-out triple. Boy, that baseball was almost out of the ballpark just looking at it. Well, just a few more inches. Yep. Could have been. But if the wind was blowing hard, it would have been out of here. Trey Richardson coming in now for Springfield. And that one's going to be line drive right there through for the base hit. And Springfield is going to score in the first run. By golly, pretty cool right there, right, Bobby? Uh-huh. That was off the base at third, and it hugged the line really good. So it was considered the fair ball as it is. Zach Levinson coming in as he'll take a strike. It's 0-1. Following in after the RBI single with the run across the score. It's 0-1. So far, a pretty good one. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. But a pretty good evening, right, Johnny? Yeah, it's a great evening. 0-2. Here's the windup. And that one is going to be out of play foul. It's 0-2. Still hanging on. Looking in. Sean Boyle, high in the air. And that's going to fall down. That's a base hit. And they got first and third now. So another runner is 90 feet for Springfield. Hopefully Sean Boyle is not losing steam and momentum trying to get this final out here this half inning. Well, I got to say, Bobby, I sure hope he's not losing self-esteem and himself and the dugout. Yeah. Which pretty much, hopefully, the dugout could get him some much-needed assistance 1-1 offering. That one right there. They don't get him, so now that will put Springfield up 2-0. That could have been an easy play to get the out at first, but they throw down to the plate instead. And now the Cardinals up in front 2-0. Jesus Baez, the shortstop, in for Springfield. 1-for-1 of the evening. And that one is high fly in the air. Not playable, but foul. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. And for a strike. And that's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. 2 on, 2 out here in this half inning. Springfield up by 2. That one is right there, dribbled. And they get him out finally, as that will end the half inning. Well, 2 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and they leave 2 aboard. We go bottom of the second inning. Springfield leads it 2-0. Well, we'll go to the bottom of the second as Romeo Sanabria will lead it off for the Missions when we come back. Well, we go to the bottom half of the second inning right now for the Missions Baseball Network. Romeo Sanabria to lead it off here in this half inning. That one is high and outside for the ball, 1-0. Starting to see sun reflectivity off of that cloud straightaway center. Boy, just a nice orange. Wish it could have been a lot of clouds so he would see a orange hue tonight. Well, maybe, Johnny, we get lucky. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count now. Here's the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss, and Sanabria goes down on strikes. And that is out number 1. Here is right fielder Braden Carpathios. As he takes a strike inside, it's 0-1. Do apologize if we were a little bit late into our break time. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the second. Springfield leading this game 2-0. If you're listening to us on the radio or here on YouTube Live.
Ball, that pitch is out.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Got fans watching from Springfield, Missouri. And right there, out number 2. So that's 2 back-to-back strikeouts for Alex Cornwell. And here is Clay Dungan. That one is high fly in the air. And it will drop. So that's a 2-out single for the 6-hole hitter. Nate Mondu coming in. And that's in for a strike, 0-1. Well, Tulsa leads Corpus Christi 1-0. Bottom of the 4th. Northwest Arkansas leading Wichita. Bottom of 2 by 1-0.
Oh, that's out.
Midland leading 4-0 against Frisco. Top of the 4th. Springfield leading 2-0 here tonight in San Antonio. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count now. And a pitch right there, line foul. One ball, 2 strikes. That one high and outside, 2-2. Two-two offering. And that's a swing and a miss. He goes down. And that will be the side retired. So 3 straight strikeouts for this guy right here. And we go to the 3rd. The Cardinals in front, 2-0. Trey Page next up for Springfield. Will lead off the 3rd inning coming up. Well, we welcome you back to the Missions Baseball Network here in San Antonio. And now here is the top of the third as we get ready to go. Thank you there, Bobby. Springfield up 2-0 here in this game. Top of three. Trey Page to the plate now for Springfield. That one is high fly in the air, and nobody could get it. So Kai Murphy tries to get the ball, but most evidently falls down and misses. The 0-1. And right there in the end for strike two. Count now is no balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 offering. And that one ricochet foul. 0-2 the pitch.
Ball. That's inside.
And the slider is outside. 1-2. One and two offering. And that one again. Foul grounds. Up to left field is Kai Murphy as he makes the play. And that is out number 1. Well, if you look at his pitch arsenal tonight, 61% of his four-seam fastball has been in for strikes. About 40 to 60, I should say. Daniel Ortiz coming in now as the 5-hole hitter comes in, takes a strike at 0-1. Boy, Midland having a good run against the Frisco Rough Riders. 4-0 in the top of the fourth. Boy, Arkansas gave them a run for, or actually not Arkansas. Frisco gave them a run for their money. And right there, a called third strike, and that is 2 down. All right, Frisco winning last night 14-4. Ian Petrutz coming in now. 2 outs, nobody on for Springfield. Now it's a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Northwest Arkansas leading Wichita 2-0. Arkansas leads Amarillo 1-0 bottom of the 5th. So far, pretty good. Boy, that one is crushed high in the air, deep to right field. Done. And Springfield gets their third by Ian Petrutz. And that's a long goner. Boy, Cardinals doing really good, especially last night, winning it by that run. And strong finish through 11.5 innings and get the win by 10-9. Well, that 391-foot was the absolute bomb. 106.1 to the exit velocity. Now Springfield leading at 3-0. As center fielder Josiah Ragsdale comes in as 0-1 with the ground out. Here's the 0-1 offering. High in the air, straightaway left. Up is Kai Murphy. He makes the play and ends the half inning. But this guy, Ian Petrutz, boy, tell you one thing. He took that one hard hit, and it went flying out of here. Now Springfield leads at 3-0 as we go 3.5. We'll have the catcher Oswaldo Linares coming up for San Antonio when we come back. Well, we go to the bottom of the third right now for the Missions Baseball Network. Oswaldo Linares is up now for San Antonio. High pop up straight away to the first baseman. And that is a rough out number 1. Not the way you would want to start off an inning is to fly out, but most certainly don't want to do that. Second baseman, Luis Verdugo. Getting ready to go. Swings after it and comes up empty-handed. It's 0-1.
Ball.
And that one is outside, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. And that one ricochet foul, 1-2. One and two offering. Outside, and that's 2-2. Cornwell trying to entice Verdugo to go after that one.
Ball, that's outside.
And that one is outside, 3-2 full count. Francisco Acuna waits on deck. That one high fly in the air, straightaway center. Right there, close to the warning track, just a few inches away. And that is out number 2. Shortstop Francisco Acuna coming in now. Looking in from the stretch, here is the pitch. And that one's right there, right to the shortstop, and that ends the inning. Nothing doing here in this bottom of 3. And we head to the 4th inning. Springfield leads it 3-0. Well, we're just about set to go for the top of the fourth right now. The Missions Baseball Network. Rainier Rodriguez coming in now for Springfield. We'll take that one outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Rainier Rodriguez. Have to pronounce his first name really good. 1-0 offering. And that one is bashed high in the air, and that one is out of here. So Springfield gets another one by Rainier Rodriguez. 343 foot. And boy, they are really crushing it here with 4 runs already plated to this game. And Springfield leads it 4-0. Well, time is going to be called as here comes the manager. And I do believe that's going to do for the starter here tonight, Sean Boyle. Manager is on his way to the mound now, and so far I think he has seen enough of the 4 starters' decision in continuing on this one.
Now pitching.
Right-hander is J.P. France. He is on the mound in relief for San Antonio. And so far, you look at the ERA, 2.25, 31-3 strikeout rate, 167 on the average of right-handed batters. Trey Richardson coming up to meet the new starter, or should I say the new relief starter. No balls and 1 strike, 1-for-1 RBI single in the second inning is Trey Richardson. J.P. France now pitching for San Antonio. That one right there, the count now, 0-2. Corpus Christi leading Tulsa 2-1. Top of the 6th inning there at Bayfront. Here's the 0-2 offering. And that one is yanked foul, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. And that one's going to be line drive. That is through for a hit.
Now batting. Left field.
So now as we look at it, Richardson getting on base. And now here is Zach Levinson. That one ricochet foul, 0-1. One for 2 single today. And the pitch right there now to play, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to Levinson. That one right there, ground ball. Up in time for 1. And that is going to be out number 1 as the force out at second. Comes slightly close, but they do get him with the 1 out. That could have been an easy double play, but instead the second baseman, Luis Verdugo, drops the ball on the play. Can't quite hang on to it. But so far that really just screws up the entire timeline of how a double play should get. Miguel Ugueto coming in now. Looking in from the stretch is J.P. France. Here's the pitch right there now to play. 0-2. Did I say screwed? I mean, kind of sounds silly. 0-2. And that's going to be right there. Line drive. That's a base hit. Now one out, 2-1 here in this half inning.
Now batting. Shortstop.
And man, I tell you what, it is starting to get rough for San Antonio tonight. Boy, 3 more on for Springfield. And a 3-run lead would put them up to a 7-0 ball game if it was a home run. Baez coming in, 1 for 2 single here for the Cardinals. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that one's going to be lofted high in the air. straight away, and they let it drop. So now that's going to play at least 2. And Springfield is jumping up 6-0. And I tell you one thing, I don't know what was going on with left fielder Kai Murphy. It's like he was going around like a circus poodle. Probably chasing a hornet or a butterfly, I don't know. But now that's going to put Springfield up 6-0. Runner as second. So it'll be a 2-run double for the previous batter. But Trey Page is coming in. And boy, tell you one thing, just you don't see that all the time, but now you do. That's right there. Up to the shortstop, Francisco Acuna. And he takes that for out number 2. Daniel Ortiz coming in. Ready to go. Hits that one in for a strike. It's 0-1. 2 strikeouts, 0 for 2 to the Springfield hot corner man, Ortiz. Wind up and the pitch, and that one's going to be high fly in the air. And that one is going to be a ground roll double. That will score in the run. And now Springfield is up 7-0. So he let it bounce. So that was a big, bad mistake right there. And so far the manager is going to call out J.P. France now out of this ball game. Matt Watson is up now for San Antonio in the relief program. And so far, JP is not having a good night thus far. Matthew Watson coming in for the Missions. Sinker, sweeper, slider, circle change, and a cutter. Hoping to get out of this half inning and get on to the bottom of the 4th coming. Ian Petrud's coming in now. As takes a strike is 0-1. 1 for 2, home run, RBI, and a run. Well, as you said earlier there, Johnny, you know, you were right about the good pitcher, the bad pitcher. I got to say, you were right about all that. I sure was. That one right there, the count now 0-2. Hopefully trying to get out of the half inning and close the door on it. Right there, foul, 0-2. Boy, right fielder Braden Carpathios should have gotten an error because he stopped right there and let the ball drop into play. That should have been an error on him. Well, San Antonio should have had at least 2 errors tonight. But instead, it's only determined if you make an error, you misplay, or you overshoot, or you do whatever with the baseball. That one, high fly in the air, straight away, and in time, that ends the inning. But a boatload comes in across the score, and we go bottom of 4. Springfield leads it 7-0. We'll be right back here in this one as Kai Roberts will lead off the bottom of the 4th coming up. Well, about ready to go for the bottom of the fourth right now. The Missions Baseball Network. Leading it off, the center fielder Kai Roberts getting in for San Antonio as he'll take a strike inside. It's 0-1. Boy, Springfield having a 4-run lead over a big deficit. Watch that right there, pretty good. And all of a sudden now you have 3 more runs that came in, making it a 7-0 ball game for Springfield. 2-1. That one right there swung on and missed. It's 2-2. Boy, tell you one thing, it is not going the way we thought it would here in San Antonio, but San Antonio can still come back. They just have to power a lot of runs in. So let's see what San Antonio actually does. And hopefully this half inning through the later innings gets going. Right there, ball 4. And Alex Cornwell just lost his first walk. And boy, tell you one thing, don't ever give up a walk. You know, aim for the strike zone and you're okay. I bet that's what the managers, coaches, and pitching staff would always say to their starters and relievers and everybody in the clubhouse all about that. Yeah, that is for sure. Here's a pitch. And that one ricochet foul. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first, nobody out. Right there, ground ball. And there's one. And they don't get the runner at first. So that will be a out at second. And the runner at first is safe from the elimination of a double play. Romeo Sanabria coming in now. 43 pitches from the Springfield starter, Alex Cornwell. Here's the windup and offering, and that one out of play. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. That one is a high pop-up. In time to left field. And that is out number 2.
Now batting, right fielder, number 20.
The right fielder, Braden Carpathios, coming in. 0 for 1 strikeout. Here's the windup and the pitch. That one is a high pop-up up to right field. And that is another inning of a scoreless half. So no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the 5th. Springfield leads it 7-0. 5th inning set to go. Center fielder is Josiah Ragsdale. As we begin the half inning, Bob, go ahead, take it away from here. Thank you there, Johnny. And so far, that's going to be a line drive. That's a base hit. Boy, really coming in as they get the base hits going for the Springfield Cardinals. Rainiel Rodriguez coming in. Looking in from the stretch is in for a strike. It's 0-1. Rodriguez, 2 for 2, a home run, triple RBI, and 2 runs. What's that right there? A pretty good night for him and the Springfield roster. Boy, Wichita leading, or actually it's a, goodness, right there. Ground ball straight to second. In time, they got him. 3-6-1 Taco Bell double play. And that is a 2 crispy tacos courtesy of Taco Bell. It also goes to our military staff that's in the ball game tonight. Trey Richardson coming in as he'll be the 9-hole batter.
Nope, that's a ball.
And that one's downstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. 2 for 2. 2 singles, a RBI, and a run. Corpus Christi leading 3-1 against the Tulsa Drillers. Bottom of the 6th inning. Big lead here in San Antonio. Springfield leading this game 7-0. That one ricochet foul. It's 1-1. Boy, they get 1, 2, and 4 on those runs. That one's right there. Line straight away. Up to left field is Kai Murphy. And he will put this inning to bed. Well, no runs on a couple of hits. Actually, no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for Springfield. And we head now to the bottom of the 5th. Springfield leading 7-0. Well, we lead it off to the bottom of the fifth inning. And here is John Baker. Thank you there, Bobby. Clay Dungan in for San Antonio. It's that one high fly in the air up to the left field area. And that is out number one. I tell you one thing there, Bobby. San Antonio, left, right, up, and down, have really been hitting the ball weak fly contact in this ball game. Yeah, I got to say there, Johnny, it doesn't look too good, especially when we're halfway here tonight in this ball game. And military members want to see San Antonio take a W. Yeah, that is for sure. But trailing a 7-0 score against Springfield. Here's the 1-1, and right there, line drive up to the third base area. Throw down the first in time, and that's out number two.
Catcher, number 4.
Well, that'll bring in the catcher, Oswaldo Linares, as he gets ready to come in. Amarillo and Arkansas tied at 1-1, bottom of the eighth inning there at All-American Ballpark, North Little Rock, Arkansas. That one is high fly in the air, close to the warning track and onto the warning track, makes the play and ends this half inning. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left for San Antonio as we go to the sixth inning. Springfield leads it 7-0. Halfway here through the ball game, as boys starting to see a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings, and Springfield only having the cruise control here in the capacity, but all knowingly trying to find a good way to win here tonight for our military staff. And so far, hopefully, San Antonio could do that here in this one.
Number 4.
Well, we go to the top of the sixth inning and leading off number 4 as we show you the line look. 2, 1, and 4 for the top of the frames for Springfield. Boy, 2 runs in the top of the second, 1 run in the third, 4 in the fourth. So that right there, a pretty good one for Springfield, as they hold a 7-0 lead against San Antonio. Zach Levinson coming in as he takes a strike. It's 0-1. Corpus Christi extends the lead to 5-1 against Tulsa, bottom of the sixth inning. Midland up 5-0 against Frisco there at Franco Park.
Inside.
That's right there in the count now, 1-1. Sun going down on this Wednesday evening. Military Appreciation Night for all of our military clients that come in. That one is high fly, and that's going to bounce right off the wall. Should be up to second, and he is there safely.
Now batting, right.
So that will be a no-out double for Zach Levinson. Boy, tell you one thing. San Antonio needs to get going in the bottom of the sixth.
Yeah.
And here is Miguel Ugueto as he comes in. 1-for-3 single. Boy, ball game in North Little Rock, Arkansas against Amarillo almost over. Last night they got done first against Amarillo, which that right there, pretty good. Right there, line drive. That's a base hit. And in the score is the 8th run. So Springfield getting the RBI single by Miguel Ugueto. And now leads it to now 8-0 for the Springfield Cardinals. And now is Jesus Baez, who's 2-for-3, double, single, 2 RBIs and a run. Wichita now leads Northwest Arkansas 3-2, top of the sixth inning. there at Riverboat. Nothing and one. And that's in for a strike, nothing and two. So hopefully trying to figure out how to stop the bleeding here. Hopefully things would get good. And right there, called strike three as Baez down on strikes. Trey Page coming in 1-for-3 single. So far, the leadoff starter for San Antonio was taken out.
Ball in.
And so far, at least one of the relievers was out as well. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 on, 1 out.
That's ball 2.
And that is downstairs, 2-0 the count. No 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that one's going to be right there. And up to the right fielder, Braden Carpathios. He puts it over his head and makes the catch for out number 2.
Number 57.
Carpathios is like, dadgum, how did I make a catch like that? Just put the glove over your head and make the catch that way. That's plain and simple. Here is Daniel Ortiz. He'll take 1 ball outside. It's 1-0. Getting dark as we enter the 8:30. And now that's going to be
Second base.
a balk. Now first going to second. Man, that's going to be a rough trouble for Matthew Watson. Now a runner in scoring position. And that's going to be right there. Line drive. That's a base hit. 1 base hit after another. And now a runner gets up to second safely. And now Springfield leads this game 9-0. The RBI double. And here is Ian Petrutz coming in. Boy, Senate.
That's a balk. Time. You. Move up 90 feet.
Well, I got to say, that will be another balk. So 2 balks in a row. And now Springfield has their 10th run about ready.
Ball, that's in.
That one downstairs is 1-0. Jeff Andrews already called 2 balks on Matthew Watson. I tell you one thing, I bet that makes him so angry to literally see that. Well, I'll tell you one thing there, Johnny. It's one of them things. Well, out of the half inning, as Luis Verdugo has a little trouble with it. And with that, the side is retired. 2 more runs in to score on 3 hits, no errors. And they leave 1. We go 6.5. Springfield leading 9-0. We'll be right back here in this one. Well, about set to go for the bottom of the sixth right now for the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you there, Bobby. Springfield leading this game 9-0 as we get into the bottom half of inning number 6. DJ Carpenter and Mason Molina, a righty and a lefty, warming up in the Springfield bullpen. Here's the 0-1 offering. And that one's going to be ricocheted right there, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Boy, and San Antonio trying to make a comeback here tonight, but that's just the beginning. Boy, Francisco Acuna, the leadoff batter in shortstop position, gets ready to come on in. Here's the windup and the pitch. Boy, that's going to be right there. And that's not going to be... Oh, my goodness. So that's going to get something going. As now that's going to be an error for Springfield. Now second and third. That will go down as an E5 and a single. Hoo-wee. You don't want nothing like one of those. Boy, that third baseman gets the error. You don't see that every day, but now you do. But most definitely with a miscue like that, that'll definitely put you into the corner. Here's center fielder Ty Roberts as he hits that one out of play, foul, 0-1. 0 for 1, a walk by the center fielder. And here's the 0-1, and that one's going to be right there, line drive. And that will be enough time to get the first run in for the Missions. And they will chip the deficit, now trailing 8. The RBI by center fielder Roberts comes in really good on that one. Left fielder Kai Murphy 0 for 2, a fly out to a fielder's choice. Boy, Midland leading 7-0 against Frisco. Corpus Christi now 5-2 against Tulsa. There at Bayfront Park in Corpus Christi, Texas. Here's the pitch, and that one is gone. It flies out of here. Sidewalk souvenir by Kai Murphy. And San Antonio is getting up there. And tell you one thing, they are really starting to make a comeback here. Yeah, they really are, Johnny. 9-1, now 9-3 in the ball game. Romeo Sanabria coming in as he gets ready to go. That one right there, line drive up to right field. That is through for a hit. Boy, and that one right there, Sanabria salutes our men and women that serve in uniform. I think that's all of us that we salute our military. Brandon Carpathioso for 2, strikeout and a flyout. Boy, Arkansas could have a pretty good, decent chance to win against Amarillo tonight. And all they have to do is one run could win it for the Arkansas Travelers. That one right there, line drive up in right field, through for a hit. And now 2 back-to-back singles with only 1 away as Carpathios gets on. Well, with Alex Cornwell, here comes the manager. And so far, that's going to do for the starter here tonight as he will depart for the West Creek Trail Rides pitching change for the Missions. Here is a right-hander, DJ Carpenter, as he comes in Carpenter now pitching for the Springfield Cardinals. In now, Clay Dungan. Dungan coming in from the stretch. And that one is going to be high in the air. And that one is gone. 3-run shot. And San Antonio just continues to chip the deficit away by a big fly 3-run home run by Clay Dungan. And man, San Antonio, after losing last night, really saw what happened. That 10-9 through 11.5 in extra innings didn't do San Antonio any justice whatsoever. Nate Mondu, the third baseman, comes in 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. Here is the 0-1 offering. And that one's going to be lined high in the air. And they are going to chase it down. But still, they can't get to it. So now another run is in scoring position there as second. That's a 1-out double for Nate Mondu, former Midland Rockhound, which we have seen this guy in 2018 and so far just getting going for the Padres affiliation. Well, Amarillo and Arkansas made it to extra innings as their ball game is now 1-1, top of the 10th inning. Runner in scoring position. But here's Oswaldo Linares. That one's going to be right there, line drive, and that is through for a hit. Linares comes in, scores in the 7th run. And that is going to be out number 2, as that will be that right there. Linares is out at second. And so far, DJ Carpenter didn't last too long in this ball game. But most definitely now, left-hander Mason Molina is coming out now to the scouting report as a 4-seam curveball, slider, circle change, and a cutter. Molina now pitching for Springfield. Luis Verdugo coming in now as he'll take a strike inside. It's 0-1. 1 for 2 single tonight for the Missions. Look like Amarillo will score in a run on the RBI double against Arkansas. Boy, this game already into the night time. And that one is going to get lined right there up in left field. And that's going to be a 2-out double for Verdugo. Boy, Francisco Acuna coming in now. Acuna coming in from the stretch. Right there and out of play as he bunts. And it goes foul, 0-1. Springfield 9-7, bottom of the 6th inning. 7 runs in this half inning. Here's the pitch. And that one is blasted straight to left field. And that is first and third. As Acuna gets on first base. Having a pretty good shot of downtown San Antonio as, boy, the buildings lighted up nicely. Here is Kai Roberts. And the pitch downstairs and in. It's 0-1. 0 for 1 sacrifice fly. A walk to the RBI. Here's the pitch. And that one's going to be high fly in the air and caught. And that will do it. 7 runs on 9 hits. 1 error. And it goes down to the top of the 7th inning. Well, we'll be right back as Josiah Ragsdale will lead it off for Springfield when we come back. Well, we're just about set to go for the 7th inning. And here is Josiah Ragsdale. Big, huge inning in the bottom of the 6th inning. Boy, 7 runs on 9 hits for San Antonio. And that one's going to get down for a line drive base hit. And Ragsdale gets the leadoff hit for Springfield to lead the top half of the 7th. Renier Rodriguez coming in, and here's the pitch to him. That's going to be right there to second for one, and they gave them both, and that's a Taco Bell double play, 6-4-3. And now 2 down in this ball game as they take out 2 of the Springfield Cardinals in this one. Trey Richardson III coming in. And the pitch right there in the end for a strike. It's 0-1. 2 for 3, 2 singles, an RBI, and a run for the Springfield Cardinals. 9-7 Springfield, top of 7. And that one foul. No balls, 2 strikes. And here is the delivery. And that one's going to be right there. Bondu straight to Sanabria in time, ends the half inning. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on, as that will do it. And we go bottom of 7. Springfield leads it 9-7. Well, we're going to go to the 7th inning stretch, and to lead off the bottom of 7, left fielder Kai Murphy will lead it off, and so will Johnny Baker. Well, we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and so far hope you all have enjoyed the 7th inning stretch. But now we take you to the ballpark. John Baker, take it from here. Thank you there, Bobby. Left fielder Kai Murphy coming in as we get set to go for this half inning. Takes a strike inside, 0-1. Nighttime here at the ballpark, and gotta say, always nice to have a nighttime where it's nice and cool and baseball going, and that's right there up to the left field area. And Murphy's going to coast into second with a leadoff double. Boy, now the tying run is up to the plate, and that'll bring in Romeo Sanabria. 9-7 is our ball game. Springfield leading the 2 runs. Boy, they had a 9-0 lead, but San Antonio came in the bottom of the 6th inning to lead a 7-run rally. Here's the pitch offering. That one right there. Up to the second. Goes to first in time. Out number 1. The runner going from second to third. Makes a steal to the third base area. Now 90 feet is the 8th run for the Missions. Right fielder Braden Carpathios coming in now. We will have a Gold Glove ceremony coming as we get going on Saturday evening. And so far, for those that have voted, well, the votes are being tabulated as we go, and so far pretty good. That's a run in to score as Braden Carpathios gets the RBI double, and now the tying run now at second base. So a pretty good one as San Antonio and Springfield just button heads here tonight. And that's going to be right there. Line drive. And the runner takes off from second all the way to third. And he'll reach safely. So now the tying run 90 feet away from scoring in for the Missions. Clay Dungan being out number 2. Here's third baseman Nate Mondu. 1 for 3, double and a run for the Missions tonight. Midland lead 8-0 against the Frisco Rough Riders. Top of the 8th inning. Corpus Christi 5-2 against the Tulsa Drillers as they move down to the bottom of the 8th inning. Amarillo and Arkansas tied again 2-2, top of the 11th inning. And boy, I don't think anybody in North Little Rock, Arkansas is going to bed after 9.5 innings. Well, I don't think so there, Johnny. Well, right there, tying run scores in. Nate Mondu is in. And boy, that is going to come in. And up to third as he has a leadoff triple is Nate Mondu. And boy, this guy is cruise control. Now we are a tied ball game. Springfield and San Antonio tied 9-9 as Nate Mondu scores in the RBI single from third. But yeah, the Missions really came to the rally point and they got something going. Well, this left-handed reliever is going to depart, and so far the manager is saying enough as that's going to do.
Number 35.
Skylar Hales is up now as a right-handed reliever. So now they'll turn it over to the bullpen as Hales now pitching for Springfield comes into this one. He'll greet up firsthand Oswaldo Linares as he's going to hit that one right there. Diving catch right to right field, and that is out number 3. Miguel Ugueto in right field puts it into his glove. And now a 9-9 ball game as we go to the top of the eighth. Zach Levinson about ready to come in. So we'll be right back here in this one on this Wednesday evening. It's 9-9 tie here in San Antonio. Well, just about set to go for the top half of the 8th inning. Right now, the Springfield and Missions Baseball Networks. Thank you, Bobby. Top of the 8th inning, here is Zach Levinson. Matthew Watson now coming into a new inning, and that is in for a strike. It's 0-1. 9-9 ball game here in the 8th inning. Here's the 0-1. Ricochets at one foul. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, and here's the 0-2 offering. High in the air up to center field as Kai Roberts will not have anywhere to go, but he's camped under it for out number 1. Miguel Ugueto, 2 for 4, 2 singles, 2 RBIs, 2 runs. He's just the number 2 man. He's 2 of everything. Boy, Amarillo 5-2 in the bottom of the 11th there at All-American Ballpark in North Little Rock, Arkansas. Sod Poodles up by 5-2. Midland leading 9-1 against Frisco, bottom of the 8th inning. Northwest Arkansas leading 6-3 against Wichita. So a pretty good one going forward. 1-1. And in for a strike, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to pitch.
That's out.
And that's outside, 2-2. Corpus Christi, 5-2. 3 outs in the 9th to take that one again against the Tulsa Drillers. Boy, that was a pretty good ball game last night there at Bayfront Park. Seeing Corpus Christi dominating the Tulsa Drillers by a walk-off win, making it a 8-7 ball game final. Hopefully trying to take the second game against Tulsa. 2-2 offering. Here is the pitch to Ugueto, and that one is foul. Two balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch is right there, and that's going to be a line drive. That is through for a base hit, and it goes all the way to the wall, as that will be a 1-out double for Ugueto.
Now batting, shortstop, number 20.
Well, the shortstop coming in. Luis Baez up now. And the pitch is right there, and that's going to get through. Line drive, that's a base hit. And the run is in across the score, and Springfield will take back the lead 10-9.
Number 11.
It was like this last night as they won it through 11 innings. Boy, I tell you what, that is just one thing to really get something going. Well, that's going to do for Matthew Watson, as the night for him being disappointing. Just not letting things go his way. It's just kind of hard, as you can see the confidence level not running through his veins.
Number 45.
Right-handed reliever is Garrett Hawkins. He comes in. And so far having one more chat with Linares, who is the catcher, replacing the former Mission Ethan Salas, who went up to AAA El Paso yesterday, which that was pretty nice for him. And we'll take that one in for a strike. 0-1 for a 1-for-4 single. Springfield 10, San Antonio 9 here in this game. High in the air, straight away, and that's going to get down for a base hit. And they do not get him, and that will be first and third.
Number 57.
And so far, that is going to crush it. But most evidently, now third baseman Danielle Ortiz coming in, who's 2 for 4, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs for Springfield. Boy, this game starting to become a long one here tonight. We are now 9:14 p.m. Here is the 0-1. And that's in for a strike, nothing and 2. Garrett Hawkins pitching for San Antonio. The 0-2 offering. And that's going to be right there, line drive. That's a base hit. And that's going to bring in first and third. Now the 2 runs in for the Cardinals. Now makes it 11-9. Could say this could be demolition derby if it is. That is 19 runs combined. Just looking at these 2 teams just battle it out here this evening. Here's Ian Pitchford as he comes in. Petrucci was 1 for 4, a home run, RBI, and a run for Springfield. San Antonio trying to get out of the half inning and hopefully to get things going in the bottom of the 8th. Arkansas gets beat by Amarillo. Final score 5-2. Here is the 0-2 offering. High pop up, straight away, up to left field. In time, here comes the runner. And is in across the score, making it now 20 runs into the ball game. Springfield leading 3. Boy, this game is a high-scoring game here in San Antonio tonight. Here's Josiah Ragsdale. The pitch.
Ball, that's just out.
And that one is outside, but they are going to challenge that one. And that one is a ball. Yes, it is. Right outside the zone. Never in contact with the zone. But now just getting pretty interesting as we all look at it. 1-0 offering. And that one foul. Springfield, 12 runs, 20 hits, 1 error. They leave 6 on. Here's a 1-1 offering. Swing and a miss. Woo. That was ugly. Count now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. And here's the pitch. That one right there, intercepted by Verdugo. And that will pretty much do it. Well, Springfield comes in with at least 4 more. Or at least 3, I should say. We go now to the bottom of the 8th inning. And it's 12-9 Springfield. Luis Verdugo coming in now as he'll lead it off. And he's going to pelt that one high in the air. And that one is gone. And now it's a combined 22 runs. Boy, this game is demolition derby night. Well, the military sure is getting entertained by this one. And so far, 379 foot over a 106 mile per hour. As the 9-hole batter and catcher gets that one for the 10th run for San Antonio. Francisco Acuna, 2 for 4 with 2 singles and a run. And right there, that one is gone. And they'll chip it again. Now making it a 1-run ball game. Springfield leading it 12-11. Well, Midland secures that victory. Now series tied at 1-1. Rockhounds final score 9-1 as they beat Frisco in game 2. Well, the manager's coming out, and so far that is going to do for number 35. So far this game is just a high score. Mason Burns coming in as a new right-handed reliever coming in for Springfield. Burns now pitching for the Springfield Cardinals. Center fielder Kai Roberts, 2-3-4 due up against Burns. Takes that one in for a strike, 0-1. 0 for 2, a sacrifice fly, a walk, a RBI. I'll tell you one thing, Springfield just wowing the crowd there in Missouri. And that's going to be right there, line for a base hit. And so far, now the 12th, a tying run for the Missions. Now gets to first. Springfield 12, San Antonio 11. Double-digit ball game. Here's the pitch. And that one's right there, line drive. That's a base hit. And now first and second, nobody out. And that's all you have to do is continuously get the base hits and just get your runners on bases. That's all you got to do. And wait for that great big booby trap in the end. The 3-run shot. Romeo Sanabria coming in as he'll take a strike inside, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike the count. And here's the pitch. And that one's going to be right there, line drive. That's a base hit. Runner heads to third, and now we are tied again. It's a 12-12 ball game. Boy, you are getting treated to what you call the demolition derby here in San Antonio. Well, skipper is out of the dugout again for Springfield, as that will do for this right-handed reliever. Does not stay out there too long. And so far, that is going to be it for that guy. Taylor Brad coming in. 4-seam slider, circle change, a cutter, and a sinker. Brad now pitching for Springfield. First to third, nobody up. Braden Carpathios to the plate. He'll take that one in for a strike. It's 0-1. 2 for 4, double single. An RBI and 2 runs for Carpathios. And the pitch is right there and in for a strike. It's 0-2. Looking in from the stretch is Brad. And that one right there, line drive, and that is through. And San Antonio takes the lead. It's now 13-12. Man, I got to say, that's a well-combined of 25 runs tonight in the ball game. Yeah, sure is. Clay Duncan coming in. 2 for 4, a home run single, 3 RBIs to a run. Amarillo 5-2 through 11 there in Arkansas. Wins it against the Arkansas Travelers. Sod Poodles 5, Arkansas 2. Midland wins against Frisco 9-1. Corpus Christi 5-2 in the final. But we do have a injury. Tyler Brad pulled up the following that last play and is clutching the hamstring. An MRI will determine if it's a grade 1 or 2 tear. So Brad could be out a few days or weeks. Either way, Brad will need to be removed from this game.
Hunter Hayes.
Right-handed reliever is Hunter Hayes. He is out on the mound now to cover the injured teammate. And so far, that takes us down into our commercial as we get ready to go. Sanabria Carpathios and Nate Mondu now on the bases. And so far, we are going to be right back here in this one. Well, we go into the bottom half of the 8th inning right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, thank you there, Bobby. Nate Mondu continues this half inning as he ricochets that one foul. It's 0-1. First and second, one man down, 13-12. And that one is going to be pelted. That one's going to get down. It is out of here. And he touched them all on a 3-run homer. And San Antonio leads this game 16-12. By golly, that guy can really hit. Well, we called this one a big, big game. But now here is Oswaldo Linares. And here's the pitch. Right there. Ooh. Ouch. No play, as that will be a hit. And so far as we look at it, right off the leg. And hopefully he is okay after that. Luis Verdugo coming in now. As we look at this guy, boy, he really puts it out of the ballpark. Now we just hit the 9:30 hour. 16-12. 7 runs in this half inning. And that one's going to be hard hit. High in the air. Up to center. And that's caught for out number 2. Well, the shortstop, Francisco Acuna, 3 for 5, a home run, 2 singles, an RBI, and 2 runs. Boy, everybody played a pretty good night of baseball, and so far, Midland winning 9-1 against Frisco. Corpus Christi takes a win against Tulsa, 5-2. Amarillo, 5-2 against Arkansas. Hopefully tonight being a win for San Antonio, which it sure looked like it. 1-2 the count now. But having 3 outs to lead off the top of the 9th inning for Springfield, that's really huge. Right there, line drive. That is through for a hit. And here comes the run. And San Antonio scores in their 17th run of this game. But I tell you what, we got you Demolition Derby, and that is how the military likes it. So hopefully you boys have liked it pretty good. Out again as here comes the manager, as that is going to do for this starter. Or actually for this reliever as he gets out. And so far that is going to be his out. All right, left-handed reliever is Brandon Clark. He is on the mound for the Springfield Cardinals. 4-seam, splitter, slider, cutter, and a sinker getting in. Clark now pitching for Springfield. That one high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Our score, San Antonio 17, Springfield 12. Game was really explosive tonight. It's like a thunderstorm with tornadoes. Especially you get a lot of that in Oklahoma these days. Especially northwestern to west to east Oklahoma, Missouri. Joplin, Missouri was the worst hard-hit area. And that one is crushed right into the lazy river. And now San Antonio, I think they've got this game on their heels. 2-run shot by Kai Roberts. And the score is 19-12. Demolition Derby, that's what I call it. What do you think there, Bobby? Oh, yeah, I think it is. Man, and San Antonio has really scored in 10 times this half inning. Ty Murphy was a 3 for 5, a home run single, 2 RBIs, and 3 runs for San Antonio tonight. That right there, pretty good. Yeah, for sure. Well, looking to get one more out. Springfield will have at least 3. And here is the pitch, and that's going to be right there as he bunts, but not in time, as that will be for strike 2. The pitch. And right there, called strike 3. That ends the inning. 10 men come to the plate. And boy, they come into a heavy digit. Well, we go to the 9th inning. San Antonio leads it 19-12. Top of the 9th inning, here is Rainiel Rodriguez as he'll lead it off with the 9th for the Springfield Cardinals. That one is a high pop-up. And that is out number 1. Boy, this game, I can't believe it's been a double digit, but this has been at least 1 or 2 this year in 2026 as San Antonio having that. And that's right there, line drive, base hit up to left field. And so far, that's a 1-out single for Trey Richardson III. Boy, Wichita leading 7-6 against Northwest Arkansas, top of the 9th inning. Top of 9, San Antonio, 19-12 here in this one. High pop-up, and the catcher has it. That is out number 2. Well, I will say that this game, one more out from deciding this one. Miguel Ugueto, 3 for 5. A double, 2 singles, 2 RBIs, 3 runs tonight for Springfield. And the pitch is in for a strike. It's 0-1. I can't believe you'd have a inning blowout like those 10 runs tonight. In the bottom half of the 8th inning, that's what it all came down to. It was explosive. San Antonio had a pretty good night tonight, following in the explosiveness of these runs coming in. 1-1. And that one is out of play. The count now 1-2. Down to the final strike here tonight. And here's a 1-2 offering. Swing and a miss, and that's the ball game. Final score, San Antonio 19-12. Boy, the manager does not look happy about this game tonight, as it was a big day, a big evening for San Antonio. Now series tied at 1-1. Garrett Hawkins gets the win. Mason Burns is the loss for Springfield. And so far at 9:37 p.m., this game finally comes to an end. Well, so far for the military personnel that came into the ball game, they got a pretty good win from the Missions. And a very high-scoring ball game, too. But you don't see a lot of those these days. A lot of times it's up to a no score or even fewer runs would come in to win it. But anyway, as we look, 7 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning, 2 in the 7th, and 10 in the 8th. That 8th inning right there propels the Missions to the win. But anyway, let's go over runs, hits, and errors first for the victorious San Antonio Missions. 19 runs on 24 hits, no errors. For Springfield, 12 runs, 21 hits, and 1 error. Mason Burns is the loss, with tops player of the game, Nate Mondu, who was 3 for 5, a home run, and 3 bases. The win is Garrett Hawkins. He takes the W, and so far, that's tonight's ball game. Don't forget our two teams continue the series tomorrow night as we come as the Flying Chanclas. As we get into a pretty good ball game, and so far, Taco Bell Value Night Thursday. Friday night as well, as we'll have $2 Dr. Peppers all night long here in this game. Series continues on Saturday as we'll have a drone show afterwards. So make sure you guys come in and enjoy that. Series concludes Sunday night at 7:05, and so far, I gotta say, that right there gonna be a pretty good series right there. But yes, we'll definitely get that first pitch time. I do believe 7:05 will be the start. And yes, it will. It'll be the last two teams. While Frisco and Midland, Amarillo and Arkansas, Wichita, Northwest Arkansas, they'll be the first 3 teams that will start on a Sunday afternoon. Tulsa and Corpus Christi will get a 4:05 first pitch. San Antonio being a 7:05. And so far, pretty good on that. Well, anyway, I got to say, we've had a good night tonight. Our game time is 2 hours and 40 minutes. So, gotta say, that was a pretty good one. Well, I hope y'all have a good night, and we'll see y'all tomorrow evening for Game 3 of the 6-game set. Final score, one more time, San Antonio 19, Springfield 12. So y'all have a good night, everybody. Bob, anything else? Nope, but just have a good night rest and come back tomorrow.